channel. So my today's topic is about understanding power, how to develop your understanding power, because this is very important thing, very much vital thing in life. At any stage, any time, any situation, whatever it may be, you need to have your understanding power, because otherwise if you don't have your own understanding abilities, own observational abilities, you have to depend on everyone or other persons to know the situation, to understand the situation, to perceive it, to observe it, to analyze it. So of course it's a pretty very much motivational video. It's a very powerful video that I have ever created so far. This is what you need to pay attention very much, apart from other things. How do you develop this kind of skills? How can you be more powerful within yourself? So we talk about being powerful, we talk about being motivated. So this is the real motivation you get from yourself when you are self-dependent, not only financially but emotionally. So how do you get self-dependent? Through emotions. So you have to activate your senses. It's often that we have eyes, we have nose, we have touch senses, we have ear, we can talk. So even though we don't use the senses too much, we don't use the senses 100%. Well, you can see that the blind people who don't have their eyesight, or maybe it's a deaf, dumb people who are not able to hear or talk. How these people are living, this is a big motivation. These people are in our society or in our world. God has sent them to make this world beautiful with everything possible to create. And the second thing is to motivate us. These are the people from we should take motivations, that how these people are working. They don't have those total 5 senses as we do have, but what they do is, if they have 2 senses or 3 senses, they are going to make the proper 100% use of those senses. And by using those 2 or 3 senses, these people, they live their life entirely. And many people, you can find Helen Keller, who was a blind child. Well, she got blindness through some accident. I'm not getting into the deeper side of the story. In fact, she was a lecturer. Later on, she became a professor. She traveled all over the world and she gives speeches, and she has a very influential effect on us. We always try to see her and like her, many other people, to get some inspiration. These are the inspirational people that we have in our life, and these inspirations, if we follow it properly, this helps us to walk on the path of life very easily, because they have experienced their life and they have shared their experiences through quotes, which we should understand deeper, and we should deepen the thought process of theirs, and we should understand what they are trying to say or what exactly life is. Because if we start seeing life through this kind of people's quotations, of course it would be easier to understand our own observational powers. This was just a reference that I have given. So here I am saying that apart from these 5 senses, we have to activate our inner sense, our feeling ability. We have a feeling. God has given us a realization power, a sense of feeling that helps us to understand the vibes. There are vibes when a person enter your house. Of course, he is good or bad. You don't have to judge from his words. You can see his appearances, a vibe that is invisible, and it just makes us feel that yes, this person is not good and we should be away from him or be more careful. We get the vibes. Suppose you are on an job interview, and you have performed your best there, and when you look into the eyes of those persons who are taking your interview, when you carefully see them or observe them, you will understand that there is a most possibility of getting your job or not. You will understand how their expression is. They are impressed by your words or by your talent or by your appearances. Of course, everything is understandable. So of course, this is very important to have observational powers as well. After that, this feeling power helps us to be more observative, to understand things, what's happening around us. us. This observational power also helps us to live our life happily, because we don't use our senses properly, and this feeling sensation and this observation power what we are gifted with by God, hence we don't enjoy our entire life enjoyment is dependent on such kind of senses rather than materials that we buy and try to show people or showcase them our own lifestyle, and we feel we are happy, but actually the happiness is not that. So of course try to make use of your own brain, mind, body, everything, which we don't do, and hence we try to stick to other material things and depend on them for happiness. Happiness resides within us as we start to understand ourselves, our abilities, our own mindsets, or our own talents, our positive sides, our negative sides. Once we start to understand our own self, everything becomes easy, because in life the most important thing as for now for us is our own self, because nothing is going to remain for too long. Not the materials, not our body, not everything, only the soul which we have. This may connect to people for a longer period of time, and people may remember us for our own good deeds that have influenced them, that have helped them throughout their life. So of course observational skills and this power of feeling some vibes that we get when we are in contact with some person or some situation, of course we get some informations within ourselves that we don't have to that we only realize that we don't have to write down, or we have to get understand by something else, or we have to prove anything, because many things that our own past experiences help us to understand throughout this experience of life that we have gathered from our childhood. And of course these are the things that helps us, that we have accumulated in our mind and helps us to understand further situations in life. And once you have activated your feelings, your own emotional strength, your all senses, when you just see through things carefully, you become more activated, you become more affecting through yourself. Once you pay attention to whatever you have, whatever qualities you have, your emotions, the biggest thing is that we don't pay attention to anything. We just do things without being too touchy with this. These are the things that we should get attached with: our soul, our mind, our own senses, our feelings, our emotions. Then we would better understand ourselves, what we want from life, what do we want, what is our power, what is our strength, what is our weakness. So this is the best way to motivate yourself and to understand your capabilities. This is the solution to every problem in human life. Most of the problem we don't face, whatever problem we face, don't generate outside, it's within us. So of course we have to cleanse our own self, our mind, our heart. So for this reason meditations, for this reason various kind of spiritualism is advocated, or this kind of situations, or this kind of spiritualism, this kind of motivational things are more highly preferred. People try to advocate that these spiritualism meditations are important, and on the other side many people are there who say that these are not good. But actually spiritualism, meditations and so on, these are to make yourself understandable towards your own self. You will be able to put yourself apart from your own self, and then you can understand what do you want from yourself and what else can you do through your own mindsets. So thank you friends, hope this was